Hello, everybody and anybody that's coming in. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I sneak attacked you tonight. It was a sneak attack. Hi, everybody. Hello, Heidi. Hello, Lucy Lane. Hello, Wilda. Hello, Fatima. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Yes, I have been feeling so much better. It's great because everything's like slowly but surely moving out of my system. Thank goodness. I am feeling better. I was so excited to go to work today because I am not a good moper. I'm not a good moper. I don't do well like sitting around. Never have, never will. Oh, awesome. Yeah, so I'm not a good moper. I'm not a good sitter arounder. I'm not a good waiter. So I couldn't wait to go back to work, and I couldn't wait to see my people. And oh, awesome, Heidi. Yeah, the ink is really special. We have something really special coming for you in the ink world soon. Hi, Ashley. Let me just open up my Perrier. I've been doing really well with it. So yes. Ooh, that's a lime one. That's refreshing, I'll tell you that much. So hello everyone. Oh, happy YouTube anniversary, Ashley. I didn't realize it was your anniversary. Happy anniversary. So tonight, I have no idea what we're doing. I'm going to be completely 100% honest with you. I know that I want to use the new stamp set from this month because I have been obsessed with it. And I've been using it for so many different things, and I've been trying so many different things with it. So I think that this might be something fun to try out this evening. I have an idea for one, for a card. So I'm hoping that it's going to work. I don't know that it's going to work. I'm not going to make any promises. Really, when Brutus Monroe was founded and when it started, that was kind of my mantra. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try. And I mean, I know that's probably a crazy way to start a company, but luckily we're still here 4 years later. So that's kind of been my mantra since the beginning is, well, we're going to give it a try. I'm not 100% certain that it's going to work, but we're certainly going to give it a full college try, that's for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and the boxes have started being shipped, Gyps. If yours has not shipped yet, it's because we are waiting on a replenishment of stencils. If you guys can believe it, and I'm going to be completely transparent with you because I always am, we have now, excuse me, we are now at 4 times the amount of stencils of the month we were when we first started. So we went from 3 times the amount last month that we ordered. So we ordered 3 times the amount because I was like, oh, we'll be fine at 3 times. And we're now at 4 times. So we're actually, no, we're at 5 times the amount from when we started it about 3 months ago. We're just waiting for more stencils to come in. And by stencils, I mean stencil material. We obviously do a lot of our stencil cutting now in-house. So we're just waiting for more stuff. So Gyps, if you have a stencil with yours, that might be what's holding it up. Oh, good, Heidi. Yeah, we're shipping stuff out as quickly as we possibly can. It's just unfortunately, at this point, we're just a little bit behind because we're waiting for more stencils, if that makes sense. So I apologize, but we're really working around the clock. But Gyps, yours should have shipped already, I would think. If yours came out on the 1st, it should have shipped already. As far as I know, but I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. I would just double check your Hi Tamitha, I would just double check your shipping notifications and stuff like that. Gyps, send an email. Send an email to Heather, or call Heather tomorrow. We'll have to check on that for you. That's weird. All right, so I'm going to cut my card to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that we have a base. And I'm using Not Your Mama's just because of we're going to use some aqua pigments. So I think Not Your Mama's is something that's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Something that will definitely work really well with the mediums that we're using tonight. Just a heads up, there are still some spots available for the marker class for the workbook only. I don't believe there's any spots left. The markers have shipped. They hopefully should be here either late this week or early next week. And I'm only saying that because I am going to use some of the markers to do some grass today. And grass is something that I think eludes a lot of people. It's kind of a flick of the wrist thing, and I'm going to kind of show you quickly how to do that tonight. But I just want to let you guys know that at the $50 level, which is the workbook, as well as the instructional portion, there are still some of those available. So if there's anybody that wants to take the class but does not need the markers, something that's very important that I want to stress, if you do not need the markers, we do have a $50 level where you can get just the class, which I think is an incredible value because just the class alone, or just the workbook alone, I think should be valued at least, $75. Okay, that's probably why, Tracy. Just got started, yes. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start stamping. So I'm going to use the 3 mailboxes from the stamp set, and I'm going to explain to you why. So when I was a youngster, when I was just a young Christopher Allen growing up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I actually grew up right outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Actually, if you guys can believe it, my store that we have now, the new studio store, is less than a mile from my childhood home. Actually, less than like an eighth of a mile. I can walk to my childhood home. We'll just say that. I can walk to my childhood home from my new store. So I grew up though out at my grandparents. I would say that I didn't really grow up out there, but I spent a lot of time out there in the world of Washington, PA. So hello Arletta. So anyone that's near Pittsburgh, PA may be familiar with Washington, PA. And growing up out there, it was 84 PA actually. There were tons and tons and tons of what I called mailbox trees. So when I was little, I was obsessed with these things that I called mailbox trees, which might seem super silly to you. It sounds super silly to me now as an adult. But mailbox trees, and this happens a lot, I think, out in the country. It might happen in the city too. I just may not know. But mailbox trees when I was little was at the end of 84 PA. Yes, home of 84 Lubber, and also home of Simmons Farm, which is my family. Essentially these trees, as I called them, were like at the end of like dirt roads in the country, and there would just be a whole bunch of mailboxes. I mean, tons of mailboxes that were just stacked on top of one another. And I loved seeing them because there was just something about it that said home to me. Do you know what I mean? It might sound silly, but there was just something that said home to me when there was a whole bunch of mailboxes that were kind of right next to each other or stacked up in front and beside each other. There was just something about it that just said home to me. And I don't know what exactly it was, but and all I'm doing is I'm just extending down this one right here. And it's actually going to get covered by some grass anyway, so I'm not really too concerned with it, but I'm just extending it down just a little bit. Just ever so slightly. But we're going to cover that with some grass anyway. All right. But yeah, so there were what I called mailbox trees. And I loved just seeing all the mailboxes. There were just tons and tons of mailboxes out in the country. So when I worked with our illustrator on this stamp set, I thought to myself, I was like, oh my goodness gracious, I cannot wait to make a mailbox tree. Like, I can't wait, because it was just something that I loved so much when I was little. At the end of my lane, we had 5 mailboxes together. Yep, there you go. So, but in '84, and again, this is, they're probably a lot more put together now than they were when I was, growing up out in the country. But the thing that I loved about them so much is, right, Heidi, this whole box. I'll tell you, this whole box, I'm just absolutely in love with. And I can't wait for you guys to see next month's box. I can't tell you about it yet. I'm sworn to secrecy. But I can't wait for you guys to see next month's too. Okay, so there's another mailbox. And again, you can stamp them however you would like. It's completely up to you. Create your own ending. Don't let me, dictate how you're going to stamp your mailbox tree. I think it's super fun. Uh-oh. The new sheriff is here. Michael's here. He said no telling. All right, I won't tell a soul. But yeah, so I'm really excited about the mailbox tree. I think it's super cute. So now I'm going to go in with the 644, and I'm just going to do some flicking here to create some grass. And again, we're going to talk about this in the marker class. We're going to talk about it briefly, but we will do another class where we talk about greenery and the flick of the wrist to create grass. Excited to see you. Oh, the markers, yes. I love the markers. I have had so much fun using the markers. Thanks, Mrs. Whitlock. Let me zoom in a little bit, because I know you guys like it when there's a zoom so you can see a little bit better. But I'm just doing a gentle flick, and that's creating our grass that we have there. Making grass and hair. Yes, I do too. Two of my favorite things. Also, Heidi, oddly enough, two of the things that I get the most questions for. And I'm sure you can imagine why. Because grass and hair are two of the most difficult things to do. It's very difficult. And then we get a lot of questions on how to do that. So since we're saying we're out in the country, we're going to do some taller pieces as well. And then down here at the bottom, we're just going to create some quick grass down here, because we're just really setting the scene, right? Yes, a very gentle touch. And I think that's the number one issue that I see when folks start, especially when I used to teach the marker classes in store. I think the biggest problem is that when folks first start using markers, which I see this a whole lot, you want to go right back to, when you were in elementary school using markers, which was, you have to color it in very aggressively, and you have to make sure that, you're coloring it with the hardest hand, and so on and so forth. And that's not what it's all about when you are using an alcohol marker, especially a really, really nice alcohol marker like like this one. Yes, next month's box. This month is already at sellout status. So if you are someone, we're hoping that our team gets their boxes before before they sell out. But this one is at sellout status, so we call that SOS, sell out status. But just so you know, if you do want to get next month's, just like Michael said, make sure to grab it, because when this one is gone, it's gone. We no longer make additional boxes, just for the simple fact that we don't really have the ability to do so anymore. We don't have room anymore. If you can believe it, in that 8,000 square foot building, we ran out of room to accommodate additional boxes. I know it sounds crazy, doesn't it? All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my real fancy schmancy palette. Fur is very similar to, would be similar to hair, the way that I teach it. All right, so let's go ahead and move our Let's get our fancy schmancy palette, which is my packaging from my scissors. And I'm going to grab some jazz. Also, another thing, if you guys have not picked up the, what's the word I'm looking for? Mardi Gras set yet of the Aqua Pigments. They will not be around forever. So just a heads up, those also have just been replenished. So I'm going to go in with this jazz, and oh my goodness gracious, I'm hoping you guys are seeing what I'm seeing with this color. Yep, that's so fun too. Those are Easter. Easier than skin tones. Yes. Skin tone is something we are going to absolutely 100% talk about in the class. Super excited. I showed you guys a little sneak peek of the workbook. Skin tones, we talk about contouring the face, which is very important whenever you're using alcohol markers. A lot of people, I think, forget that and forget how that all works. But that's something that we are definitely going to talk about in the class. So I'm also going to go in and I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this metallic aqua pigment, and I'm just going to add it to the inside of the mailbox. So the inside of the mailbox, we don't want to be super dark, because the inside is going to be lighter. Has the date been set for the marker class? Not yet, Tracy. I'm still waiting on the markers to come in. As soon as the markers come in, that is when we will have the date. Okay, so next, for the next box, and I'm using all metallics. I'm assuming you guys probably have picked up on that. For the next one, I am going to use Marigold, which is one of my absolute favorite metallics from the line of, because it's like, obviously, you know, we have the penny, but the Marigold is much, much oranger. It's a much, much oranger tone, which I love. Can't get enough of it. Absolutely love it. So now I'm going to tap into the Marigold, and we're going to do this box here. Oh my goodness. The color. And again, I feel like you can paint your mailbox whatever color you want. I'm just using metallics because I feel like, you know, a metallic makes sense on a mailbox. And I think it's super pretty. Again, just so you guys are aware, I'm using the Not Your Mama's. Oh, good, Carrie. I'm using the Not Your Mama's cardstock. So if you don't have any watercolor paper, Not Your Mama's works just splendidly, because it is 130 pounds, so it can withstand really whatever you throw at it, and it just paints absolutely beautifully. So again, we're going to do a lighter shade on the inside of the mailbox. So let's go ahead and just tap, tap, tap that lighter shade. And then let me actually, hold on one second. I'm thinking we have a black plastic mailbox. Well, there you go. That works for me too. And luckily, I think black plastic might be a little bit easier to color than what we're rocking and rolling here. It might be a little bit easier. And I have a surprise for you guys tomorrow. I can't tell you about it yet. Not loud. It's sworn to secrecy. It's real fancy. It is. Okay, so I'm thinking delphinium for this mailbox, because I'm feeling this really pretty blue. Yeah, the stamp set's ginormous. Oh, good, Heidi. Yeah, I think we still have some of those stamps left. Not many, but I know we have some. All right. All right, all right, all right. So let's go ahead and pick up some of that delphinium, which is just beautiful. Love this shade. Oh, look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. I can't wait for you guys to see the next round of metallics we have up our sleeves. Can't tell you yet. Top secret. Oh, I should probably get in the camera, right? Can't tell you yet, top secret. But I can tell you they're gorgeous. I can tell you that, but that's it. So I'm allowed to tell you. All right, so the front of this mailbox, we're just going to add a little bit of, again, a lighter coat because we're going to pretend that the light is hitting from this direction. St. Patrick's Day cards for the first time. I was invited to join a local club to make videos. Oh, that's awesome, Tracy. See? There you go. YouTube sensation. Already. Oh, goodness, we forgot to color the flap. Getting ahead of myself. I just love, love, love. Love, love, love. I know. I love the mailboxes. I'm just super excited because I've always wanted mailbox stamps, but I've needed, like, I've always wanted a mail set, like a, you know, a mail set, quote unquote. But I needed a reason for the mail set. You know what I mean? Like, I love the Happy Mail sets and so on and so forth, but I just love the idea, excuse me, of these different mailboxes. I just think it's super fun. That's going to be a lot of fun, Tracy. You'll have to try to stop down for next month's, and now I'm just using some brown to do the posts for the, what's wrong with the female set? Oh, there is nothing wrong with the female set. That reminds me of the Grammys last night. I'll tell you right now, there is nothing wrong with the female set. So, what was I just saying now? I was talking about something and now I lost my train of thought. Oh, the make a take. And wait until you guys see the classes Michael has built up for you guys. No, I started thinking about the Grammys because I loved the Grammys so much last night. Oh my goodness. The Make and Take is always the last Wednesday of the month. Oh, I thought they were so good last night. Loved them. Love me some Alicia Keys, some Lady Gaga. Yes, I loved it. Oh yeah, there's a Mini Monroe paint party. Okay. Yes, it's one of my favorite things. Oh, Dolly Parton was perfection. Absolutely perfection. Was so good. So good. Just incredible. Okay. Yeah, Michael and I were talking about it today. I don't know why it took us so long to talk about the Grammys. It was like the middle of the day before we talked about it. She is very tall. She is. And I love her. Absolutely love her. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and shade in these envelopes. I love Dolly too. I love them all. Love them all. And we're going to go ahead and add some shading into these other envelopes. There's just not really a reason not to love her. It really isn't. Just very elegant, very poised, super educated. Just a very well-rounded individual. I didn't know what they were all about, but I did see them. Okay. Yeah, the envelopes just need a little bit of shading. Just a little bit of shading, that's all. All right. So I'm just adding a little bit of shading now, just a little bit of additional shading to the, excuse me, because now I'm going to not be able to leave well enough alone. And I'm adding some additional shading. Let's see, I'm going to take a little bit of turquoise. A little turquoise. And add that into the mix. Because I want to do a little bit of shading on this mailbox here. And turquoise is lighter. Or turquoise. Turquoise. So I'm just adding a little bit of shading. Oh, thank you. Actually, let me zoom out just a little bit. Every time, I keep thinking that... Oh, there goes my cap. I keep thinking that you guys can see more than you can see. Oh. Well, thank you, Tamatha, for trying to grab the bad guy. That's so funny. I knew we'd get it figured out. I love the pin this month. I can't wait for you guys to see the pin next month. We had to do something a little bit different, but I'll tell you guys about that later. You're still getting a pin, though. Okay. All right, so for this guy here, I'm thinking... Let's see. I'm thinking I'm going to use a little brown. I think I am. Hi, Dee. I saw you. Did you do a live today? I hope you did, because I'm hoping I'm not. I saw you were going to do one. Sometimes it's hard to add or to see where I'm adding the shading when it's metallic. So I gotta get... Oh no, D. What's not working, my friend? Maybe it's something I can help with. Oh, landscapes. You just have to make sure you turn... That's Michael had that issue too. Just have to make sure that if you're going live, you have to make sure that it's turned before you hit live, because it's going to stay in that orientation. So now, like I said, you guys, you can be done way before this point. I'm just giving my godparents their money's worth on my art school education, so to speak, because I can't leave well enough alone. And I have to add all sorts of shading, and like I said, you can leave well enough alone. But I'm just having fun tonight. Shading away. Oh, that marigold. I'll tell you right now, if you guys don't have marigold in your collection yet, I need you to stop everything you're doing and pick it up right now. Oh my goodness. Do I love the way that looks. Yeah, Ashley, I've had that issue before too. Thanks for bringing that up. Ooh, wee doggies, look at that. Look at that penny. I'll tell you right now. Oh my goodness. Sometimes you just have a day, and I know some of you coloristas out there will feel this way. Sometimes you just have a day where you're coloring. Oh, Kathy, you're just going to have to stay tuned. There might be some birds in our future in the Brutus Renault inspiration world. You would be so happy to see Justice Worship. Oh, I can't wait. If it was something that was done live, I can watch it later. I'm really excited. Super excited. All right. That's how I am too. Because I will color for hours and hours and hours and lose track of time. It's about to go live. Oh, awesome. Oh, okay. Then I'll see it. We have to convince Jess to go live on the Brutus Monroe page. Because now that Daniel's done it, I think everybody needs to take a turn. Because I have so much fun watching on the Brutus Monroe page. I don't know why. I think it's like the way the comments move, or I don't know. There's something about the way it looks on Facebook. I don't know. I think it's so fun. All right. So now we're going to do the background here. Oh, good. And I have another fancy palette, which is my elementary school teacher, Mrs. Rennie. My elementary school art teacher would be so proud. Because I'll tell you right now, the one thing we used to always do in class is we would always use everything but a palette for a palette. And I loved it. I really did. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a wash on the background here. Oh, good. Oh, Heidi, that is an excellent question. And I, unfortunately, am not the best to give you that answer. I know that there is, oh, goodness. All I'm doing is wetting down the paper, just so everybody sees here. I'm not doing anything fancy schmancy. Not Your Mama's, again, can withstand quite a bit of water. I would not suggest at all in the slightest doing this with just your regular everyday standard cardstock. And I did water down the blue here. I'm gonna have to take a look. Oh, I'm gonna do them, and I don't want to do them yet while I'm doing the blue, and I'll show you why. And it has something to do with it has a lot to do with the way that watercolors work and the way that they need to dry. I don't want to add the color, and then what will happen is if I get too close to the flag, when I've just done a smaller area, it will start to bleed. So that's the reason. There's a method to the madness, I promise. All right, so now down here towards the bottom, we are just going to continue to zhuzh and add even lighter color because we want it to be lighter more so towards the bottom than it is at the top. And just keep on zhuzhing your color in. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. Remember, Not Your Mama's can handle a lot of water. A lot of water. So you don't have to worry about, you can see how it's kind of buckling a little bit right now. That's not going to hurt a darn thing. I promise you, trust me, it will come back to life. We're actually going to go ahead and dry it a little bit here in a second. But I love the way Not Your Mama's holds up to water. You just want to make sure you don't do too much, because if you do, what can happen is the Not Your Mama's can start to pill. But that's at the point of using a lot of water. I mean, you've got to use a lot of water for Not Your Mama's to start to pill. Because again, remember, it is 130 pound. She's a heavy duty cardstock. She sure is. Some of the story. Oh, come and hang out. Oh, wait until you see the new updates to the store. I'm gonna be doing a live probably later this week to show you all the new renovations at the store. Michael has been very busy. So if you guys are in the Pittsburgh area or able to get to the Pittsburgh area, We would love for you to see what Michael has been doing in the store. Oh my goodness gracious. When you guys see what he's been up to, I think you're going to be in love. Because he's been working hard. And the store looks incredible. It really does. And every day, it's, you know, a little bit more happens in the store. And I love it. I do. Oh, good, Tracy. Yeah, we'll do another live store tour. We just have to wait because we have a surprise coming tomorrow. And I want to wait for the surprise to get here. Oh, perfect. Just got us the number. Thanks, Luciana. So now I'm just grabbing the devil's gun and heating it up. Oh my goodness, please. So Michael sent me a picture of his stitches. And ask Michael, well, I'll tell you right now, this one I call the devil's gun, and I really want to put the devil's gun on it because I'll tell you right now, it gets hotter than the penthouse in hell. I'll tell you right now. It is, I mean, woo, my goodness. So, I mean, so hot that I almost burned my finger off the one day. But I'll tell you that this one works really, 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 I mean, it's the best. It really is the best. So you just want to be very careful with this end because there's nothing here to stop you from touching it. But this really is the best one. And I know that we only have one left in stock because I just looked the other day. Michael was using his new knives that he got for Christmas and almost chopped his finger clear off. It is hot. I'll tell you right now, it is the hottest heat gun I have ever. Oh, this Wagner, I'll tell you, I've never in my life. It's serious. It is serious. Really is the best heat gun ever of all time. All right, so let's go ahead and we are going to stamp out special delivery up here in the sky because I think that that's just perfect. Yes, I used the style files for the grass. So being the smartass that I am, I came into work on, I can't remember what day it was. Came into work and I brought Michael a first aid kit. Just in case he got any ideas. Oh yeah, perfect. Just give her a call back tomorrow. Just in case he got any ideas. All right, so let me grab. Oh, did you guys know we got the bar magnets back in? Have you guys seen these before? I can't believe I haven't talked about these. We just got these back in. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen them before. I remember the one day someone was asking about the bar magnets. We just got the bar magnets back in stock at the store. So if you want to grab any, pick them. You can go ahead and pick them up. They're one of my favorite tools for my Misty. Absolute favorite tool. So I'm just going to take some purple tape because this guy's a little bit cattywampus, and that's just because of the fact that we used the heat gun on it. They are such a good price point. That's my favorite part about them, is that they are such an amazing marker, and they're such a good price point. That's why we ended up doing them. It's because I said I don't want, for folks to have to take out a mortgage to get markers. It just doesn't take out a second mortgage. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, we are going to be bringing the Misties back in soon. We've had a lot of people asking about them. All right, can you guys still see me? I know it says buffering, but it's good on my side. All right, I just had to reload. But we're back. And I'm hoping you guys reloaded too. Yeah, I had to reload. Yeah, the Mini Misty is my favorite. I use it all the time. That's my favorite one. Although I am using my, this actually isn't my original Misty. I think this is my second Misty. Because my original Misty is white. But I didn't feel like moving the foam pad out of it. Because I have one that I use my foam pad in. That, so my white one, I took the foam pad out because I use it with my, my stamps in my, Unity, my Unity stamps, and then I used the pink one, but I should just change this because we now carry the labels to change them out in the store. So if you want to change yours to white, you can, because we now carry those in the store. All right, so I'm going to peel off the purple tape and look at how beautiful it's. It didn't hurt anything. I love the Mini. I really do. Really, really do. It was and I got, where did I get I think Ileana gifted me my first Misty, because I didn't even know that Misties existed until, yeah. All right. So, next, let's get out, what are we going to do? I think for the background, I'm going to use some of this craft, because I think that sure will look pretty. Oh, I forgot to use this. Remind me to use this week. The plum. This actually comes with the inspiration box. You get a plum. Oh, and this is what the ribbon looks like this month. It has a little postage stamp. I forgot about that. I think I showed you guys that already, though. I don't know what I showed you, because I was so sick when I showed you this box. I thought I was... Kill right over. All right, so let's use that. Oh, and let's use this... Let's use this beautiful blue for the card base. I do that all the time. That's my prerogative. I do it all the time. Oh, yeah, I remember. We got them together, didn't we, Marie? I think we got them in the same day. All right, so let's cut this guy down a little bit to 4. Well, hopefully you can come 5 1/4. Hopefully you can come to the party next year and she can sign one for you. All right, so I'm just going to take a little tiny bit off of each side here till we get to 4. Because I have a feeling that she'll be at the party again next year. We had so much fun at the party this year. She was just such a hoot. I love her to pieces. Okay. Actually, I'm thinking we'll just use this as the card base. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I've decided. That's what we're going to do. All right, let me grab my scoreboard. And where's my big ginormous bone folder? Oh, I put it away on the other side of the room. I hate when I do that. So we're just going to use this guy. Oops. So now I have an idea for the inside. So we're going to go ahead and 4 1/4, which is A2. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Because this is made to be floppy. Yep, December 7th. I can't wait for it. Oh, she was giving free demos of her hairstyling advice, was she? She's so funny. I just love her to pieces. I really do. She's the best. She really is. All right. So let's move this out of the way. And then on the inside, I have a quick little idea. Because I want to use something from last month's. Let's see these little hearts here, which you can still get, by the way. I don't know for how much longer, but you can still get them. And then this envelope has been calling my name, this little baby envelope. Okay, so I think this will work. All right. We're just going to stamp this right in the center here. Oh, it's perfect. Right in the center, and then I'm going to grab a little red heart from the sticker set and just pop that right on there. I think that's just cute as pumpkin pie on a cool fall day. Just zhuzh that in there a little bit. Stick that down. I love these stickers. If you guys haven't seen the Glitterstock stickers yet, they are delicious. All right, so there's that. Let's close up our card here. And let's grab ourselves some adhesive. Now, since I used the Nacho Mamas, we are going to have to be very liberal with the adhesive. I mean, I'm very liberal with the adhesive as it is. I'm in love with these stickers, too. I mean, you really can use them for anything. So many different things. Doesn't have to be just for Valentine's Day. Oopsie doozy. All right. And then, of course, you want to... Oh, they would look great in a planner. Of course, you want to go ahead and use a big block on this. Once you get it put down, especially when you're using that much adhesive, just to make sure that she stays put overnight. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to use a couple of my acrylic blocks. And, just take your... Oopsies. Yes, we actually sell the heart ones right now. So I would just put a couple of these on here like this. Yes. And then there's our card. So it says special delivery. And there is... Oh, I just love the way that looks. Yeah, well, we just released them outside of the box. Oh, I love it. I just absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, now I'm going to sign the back of the card because, of course, as always, someone is going to win this. And I'm not going to sign the inside of the cards anymore so that if you want to use them or display them or whatever you want to do with them, you can. So that is our card for the evening. It says special delivery, of course. I did some really, really fun coloring on the front. We worked with some different sky, really, really fun different sky backgrounds here. Of course, we added some grass. I want you guys to know that you can mix your mediums, meaning if you want to use the alcohol markers. You can use them with the watercolors. Just make sure that you use your alcohol markers before you use your watercolors, because if you use them after, you will run into trouble getting them to work on the paper. So that is our card for today. Again, I hope you guys love your special delivery boxes. If you haven't gotten them already, they're on the way. And if you haven't purchased yours already, what are you waiting for? I think that you have a lot of fun creating with these mailboxes. I hope you will create a mailbox tree and create all sorts of different fun things with it. I absolutely love this one sentiment, which we'll be using this week, which is just a little note to say hello. Just kidding. It is a really long note because I miss you and had a lot to say. I love it. I just absolutely love that sentiment. So thank you all so much for being with me this evening. I love each and every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. Remember, I do leave for New York City this week, so I'm going to be live as much as I possibly can, but I'm hoping to actually go live in New York City as well, so you guys can see the travels in New York City, because I don't think I've ever gone live with you guys in New York in the many times that we've been going there. So remember to create something every day, whether that is your own little tree of mailboxes or your own ending. Thank you, Elena. Be good to one another. We are all that we have. I cannot wait to see you guys soon. You guys rock my world. Thank you so much for all of your support.